And let's go ahead and just talk about a couple of the other movies that I've been sent. So I do want to shout out Universal. And I shared some of these already on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, social media. This is a film I'm actually very excited to see because it deals with something very personal. Obviously, you all know that I am a devout Catholic. And so it's the movie Fatima. So this was sent to me by Universal on DVD. This is one of the few DVDs that I have because I don't really collect them. But hey, this is what they sent me. And hey, I was wanting to see this film, and I really didn't want to spend the very high price that they've been charging on VOD, and so the fact that I have it is great. So haven't seen it yet, but still, the fact that it comes with a nice slipcover, and again, the fact that also it's a very interesting cast. Harvey Keitel. I would never have thought that Harvey Keitel would be in a Catholic story film. I've heard good things about it though, so I'm very, very excited by that. And some of you might be aware of this story, even if you don't know. If you've ever heard of the Miracle of the Sun that happened back in 1913, which was witnessed by 70,000 people, both of believers and non-believers. It was actually reported in local news as well. It is something that is indeed something that changed a lot of people's lives. So Our Lady of Fatima, pray for us, and thank you, Universal, for sending me Fatima. I'm very excited for that. All right, so I will now shout out a couple of more films. So here's the thing. MVD Visual. I love MVD Visual. They are the most consistent group that sends me films to review. The unfortunate thing is that I get sent so many films by them, and especially now, I just have not had time to do so. So I do want to go through and do shout them out for the movies that they have sent me. So please do bear with me. Because I will not be able to spend too much time on these films, except for like a couple of them that I've actually been able to watch. But anyway, I do want to shout them out still. So first off, I want to shout them out because they sent me Arrow Video's Mallrats. So this is the kind of film that you typically would get from Arrow Video. Again, it's like Criterion Collection, but for more cult classic type films. This is definitely one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. I think Kevin Smith has made so many great films in his time. That's why it's so sad to see just how much of a Disney shill he is and all the crap that he's done more recently. But anyway, I do think Mallrats is one of his greatest. Again, you have Jay and Silent Bob in this film. You've got so many just great characters. Obviously, the great Stan Lee, rest in peace, Stan Lee, also has a supporting role in this movie, which is fantastic. And what I love also, Arrow Video releases, this has a nice slipcover to it. It also comes with a booklet that describes different parts of the movie. It also gives you a breakdown on how they did their transfers, which is what I love. They tell you exactly how they got to their 4K transfers or their 2K transfers if it's a Blu-ray. And typically what happens, though, is they'll do a 4K transfer of the 35mm print of the film, because they do classics, right? They do the cult classics especially, and then they'll just essentially put the 4K copy and down res it essentially to 2K. So it's a very high quality image. Always do a great job with this stuff. Limited edition stuff. Also, there's a poster in here, and it's the plans that Jay and Silent Bob draw out as they're trying to figure out how to basically destroy the love show, the dating show. So anyway, Mallrats, shout out to them for sending that to me. And now I've got some movies that I don't know nearly about as much, but still want to shout them out anyway. So another Arrow Video release. This is a film called Black Test Car from Yasuzo Mazumura. So again, another great Arrow Video release title there. We have an MVD. Sometimes they'll send me from their own catalog as well. And this is Blood Fight and Ironheart. This is a part of the MVD Rewind collection. So do Bolo Young Classics. So again, that is also now available on Blu-ray. You also have Split Second with Rutger Hauer, another MVD Rewind as well. Split Second on Blu-ray. You have Max Reload, Tom Plummy, Hassie Harrison, Joe Morgan, and also Kevin Smith in this as well. So this is Max Reloads and The Nether Blasters. That sounds like actually a lot of fun. This looks like a more modern film. So it does feature Kevin Smith. Ridiculous plot lines of 1980s adventure cinema. So anyway, that is available on Blu-ray as well. A DVD here. This is called Crushed on DVD. And then also, this is the film that kind of got me excited because I was interested just by the name alone. This is Django. And this is a Sukiyaki Western. And it actually features Quentin Tarantino in the film. So he, of course, made the film Django Unchained. So very cool to see him in what looks to be a spaghetti Western. Famed Japanese auteur Takashi Miike, best known for cult classics Audition, Ichi the Killer, and The City of Lost Souls, redefines the spaghetti Western. So film Django there. All right, let us see. As I said, I've got A lot of stuff from them. So it's been a while since I've gone to the post office, so all these things are now going to be available. So again, you can find more information on MVD Visual's website. You can also, of course, find out more information on Arrow Video's website for those that are Arrow Video releases as well. So we have here Buck Jones Cliffhanger Collection, and this is Universal presents the Phantom Rider 2K restoration on Blu-ray. So anyone that is into that kind of story being told there, cliffhanger collections right there. I assume that means that every episode ends in a cliffhanger. This is a cool set that I want to definitely dive more into. So this is an Arrow Video collection set, Solid Metal Nightmares, the films of Tsukamoto. The films of Tsukamoto. So this includes Tetsuo 2, Tokyo Fist, Bullet Ballet, A Snake of June, Vital, Kotoko, Killing. So there you have it here. Again, a very beautiful set. Again, Arrow Video especially always does great releases. If you can always, there's actually some Arrow Video releases currently on sale right now that I would definitely recommend checking out. In fact, The Last Starfighter is just got released or is about to be released on Blu-ray from Arrow Video, and I can guarantee you it's going to be a great set, great movie. I've seen The Last Starfighter, and so I haven't checked my P.O. box. I think they may have sent me one. If they don't, though, I might actually just pick it up because Arrow Video always does great releases. Again, they are the criterion of classic cult films, always do great restorations on their movies, always give you a lot of stuff too. This set actually comes with a booklet as well, and has information about the director, information about, again, the way they do the transfers, and also about the movies themselves too. And it also comes with a poster for the films too. So again, awesome set there. I really actually want to dive further into that film because even though I'm not a huge fan of horror films, I tend to be a bigger fan of foreign horror films because they usually focus less on jump scares and more on psychological thriller elements, and I love psychological thrillers. All right. As I said, I have a lot. All right, so we have here another Arrow Video release. This is Cold Light of Day, a film by Fiona Louise. So Cold Light of Day, another one of the Arrow Video releases. We also have America as Seen by a Frenchman, a film by Francois Reinbach, music by Michel Legrand on Blu-ray. We have The Mad Fox. This is from Arrow Academy. So this is one of the subsections of Arrow Video. So we have The Mad Fox here. Another Arrow Video release, Inferno of Torture, a film by Torio Ishii. So another one of these cult horror films. Dream Demon, the director's cut, also Arrow Video as well. So Dream Demon, the director's cut. Laurel and Hardy, the definitive restoration. So that's another thing I'm very excited to have as well. 4-disc set, 2K, 4K from original 35mm nitrate. So Stan and Ollie. So these are new digital restorations from original 35mm sources, Laurel and Hardy's classic comedies. So this features things like Sons of the Desert, The Battles of the Century, Birthmarks, Bratz, Hog, Wild, Come Clean, and more. So again, this is a part of MVD Visual's collection. Again, it's awesome. They usually MVD Visual specifically gears towards getting older classics that typically wouldn't get Blu-ray releases onto Blu-ray. That's another reason why I like MVD Visual and working with them, is because that is their main focus, is trying to get high quality 4K, 2K transfers of properties that typically don't have the amount of popularity that would get them normally onto 4K or Blu-ray. What She Said, The Art of Pauline Kael on DVD. Street Survivors. This is a Blu-ray DVD soundtrack CD. The true story of the Leonard Skinner plane crash. So this actually comes with a CD as well. So that's actually pretty interesting. So and then also MVD Visual there. And then we have the Etruscan Smile with Brian Cox, Rosanna Arquette. I do like Brian Cox, very talented actor there. So the Etruscan Smile, also a part of the MVD Visual collection, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's not. Lightyear Entertainment. But I got it from MVD Visual. So anyway. All right. You think I'm done. But I'm not. As I said, it's been a long time. So anyway, another DVD. Nothing Stays the Same. The story of Saxon Pub on DVD. All right. We've got some more Arrow video releases as well. This is a Nico Mastorakis production by Dwight Little called Bloodstone. This is another Arrow video release as well. At some point, I'm going to watch these movies. Life is a Long, Quiet River, a film by Etienne Châtilles. So, Long, Quiet River, another Arrow video release. Zombie for Sale. Looks interesting. Zombie for Sale. Arrow video. Let's see. Hiroshima, a film by Hideo Shikigawa. So I imagine this is probably going to be about the devastation caused by the bombing of Hiroshima, which, again, pretty incredible stuff. So, again, Hiroshima. All right. Another Arrow video we have is a film by Mike Hodges called Black Rainbow. Yeah, Black Rainbow. We've got a a Blu-ray here starring Orlando Bloom, Anthony Mackie, Bill Paxton, and Zoe Saldana. It looks like they're younger in these films, too. Haven on Blu-ray. MVD Visual right here from the makers of Crash and Dallas Buyers Club. I like Dallas Buyers Club. I don't like Crash. So, anyway, Haven. Good cast, though. We have Sarah Michelle Gellar in Possession. I bet they borrowed from another film starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. First Snow with Guy Pearce, J.K. Simmons, and William Fichtner. First Snow, Blu-ray, right here. And then a film by Mark Rydell, Even Money, with Kim Basinger, Nick Cannon, Danny DeVito, Kelsey Grammer, Ray Liotta, Tim Roth, and Forrest Whitaker. Even Money. So also MVD Visual Blu-ray release. So again, movie that typically would not get released on Blu-ray, may have been released on DVD, may have gotten a release on digital. But again, that's why MVD Visual is so good with that. Oh, you thought I was done? Oh, you. All right. We've got another Arrow video release. Warning from Space. First Japanese science fiction film to be made in color. So historic film there from Arrow Video. We have The Deeper You Dig, Some Secrets Won't Stay Buried. Another Arrow Video. Again, lots of horror films from Arrow Video. We have here Ivanschik, Peter Weller, Danny Houston, and Lisa Enos. It's a fun spelling. All right, I believe these are the last ones I have because I got a duplicate box at one point as well. So we got Jodie Foster, Tim Robbins, and John Turturro. Very young John Turturro. Holy crap. 5 Corners. Look at that. Look how young they are. All 3 of them are young. Wow. Holy crap. Yeah, Tim Robbins and John Turturro. Very, very young in this. 1,275 days when you're 15 and facing 55 years. So they also do documentaries they put on Blu-ray as well. And this is something that I think I would definitely be much more apt to watch because I don't tend to like documentaries. However, ones that deal specifically with the prison system and how it can have a devastating impact on the human mind, that is something that I have a huge interest in. So let's see. A special edition of Inside the Rain, Aaron Fisher, Ellen Tollin, Eric Roberts, Josie Perez. Inside the Rain on Blu-ray. We got here David Naughton, Ken Foree, Gunnar Hansen, Brian O'Halloran. I know that name. He is from the Kevin Smith films. Gary Bednob, Ellen Sandweiss. Brutal Massacre, a comedy. And it says, this is Spinal Tap for horror fans. So that might interest some people right here. So there you go. Mina Films did that one. All right. We got Judy Collins, Jonas Field with special guest Catham County Line. They also send me these, where these are special DVD Blu-rays of the concert and also the CD of the concert as well. So again, some people might recognize these names. I do not recognize that name at all. Let's see. We've got Driveways, Lucas J., Brian Dennehy, and Hong Chow by Andrew Ahn. Driveways on Blu-ray. Where Does a Body End? That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. On DVD, we got Pizza, A Love Story. Well, that's nice. So it looks like it's a documentary about a pizza place. That's on DVD. Another DVD, we got Seniors, A Dog. I didn't know I had this. As I said, some of these are going to the first time. Seniors, a documentary. It's about old dogs. Beautifully told film about the bonds between humans and dogs, particularly senior dogs. I'm going to put that over here because I might watch that first. And then special edition of a film called Rewind on Blu-ray. Looks like another documentary film. So, yeah. And 2 more. Jesus Shows You the Way to the Highway. Welcome to Psychobook. Another Arrow video release. I have so many Arrow video releases. And again, some of them I'm like, oh, I know this. Others I'm like, what? And then Jeremy Renner in Dahmer. He played Jeffrey Dahmer? 1 man, 17 bodies. His story is finally told. I had no idea he had ever played Jeffrey Dahmer. Holy crap. MVD Visual. I might have to send this to Anna. I know she loves she loves Jeremy Renner. That's not true. She doesn't. All right, let me just make sure. Yeah, so the last one is a Bruce Payne pit stop on DVD. All right. Woo, lordy. Wow. MVD Visual. Thank you again. Shout out to MVD Visual and also Arrow Video as well. And now for a huge shout out to all of my October Patreon and Subscribe members. And I want to apologize to them for not having a lot of videos out this month to be able to shout their names out at, and to not have any live streams either really this month. To be able to shout your names out. So I'm going to try and get as many as I can done. But again, thank you very much for your time and for your patience, especially as Baby Thor has entered into the world. So shout out to Albertus Magnus, animation commentator Brian P., David Bobrizik, Dion, Divex, Enrique Evangelista, Father Christopher Miller, hail to you, Father, Father Damian Cook, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, Harold Francis, the Hunker Chunker Funker Monkey, Inflamed Wood, It's a Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jacob Juice, The Juice, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan Carney, Kenneth Cameo, Laura Story, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mike Jackson, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, On to June, Orange Hat Reviews, Out of Step with Reality, Outpost Dyer, Riff Magos, Rosetta Odin, Steve Glasker, Teresa Martin, Theodore Bendon, Tina Bojand, and Tina B. Thank you very much for being my Patreon members, and a special shout out especially to people like Laura, the Modern Major General Story, for being one of my Chosen of Valhalla. I forgot to give you a shout out in that way before. And also a shout out to Miss Martin Muses, also known as Teresa Martin, who is also one of my Chosen of Valhalla, but I wanted to make sure to shout out her channel, Miss Martin Muses, because she has recently changed it from Teresa Martin. So shout out to you and to everyone that I just mentioned. And also a shout out to all of my Subscribe Star members. Stand for Perpetual Punster, Robert Revo, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, Darkstar 57, J. Alex McCarthy Jr., US 888209 Fast, Dean Heiss, Harold Francis, J-Rod the Beer Guru, Nevadon G. Adams, and the K-Man. Thank you very much for being Subscribe Star members, and again, I apologize for not having as much content, especially for the giveaways. I plan to try and do as many giveaways as I can in the last 6 or 7 days of the month of October when I'm recording this, so this is after the fact. Hopefully you've had a giveaway or two between now and then, but thank you again for all of your patience. I also plan to try and get at least one more podcast episode out this month with John the Flickpick Flickinger. If you want to be able to have access to that podcast, please consider joining on Patreon, Subscribe Star, or even YouTube members at that $10 and up level, the Keeper of the Bifrost level, and you'll be able to get access to that exclusive podcast where we do that about twice a month to the best of our ability. But of course, with our crazy schedules, especially mine becoming even more crazier, we're doing the very best that we can with that. So be on the lookout for Q&A posts on Patreon and also on Subscribe Star, and also, of course, for the channel on YouTube memberships. You can find that on the community tab for YouTube members if you are a part of the Keeper of the Bifrost, to be able to ask questions of both I or John the Flickpick Flickinger. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your patience, and may always... I just lost my train of thought. I need sleep. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And as always, God bless.